Good afternoon. My name is S.P. Harper. And recycled materials are the components of my art. Hence, I am an eco-centric artist. Reduce, reuse, and upcycle. That is my motto. Acrylic on tablecloth salvage. All of my recycled materials are covered with 3 coats of clear gesso, and that protects the surface in an archival way, and it provides a painting surface, like it's a prime canvas, so the paint will lay on top of the different poured surfaces and it won't sink deep into the cracks. Do you recall an exhibition at the Autry Southwestern Museum titled Remembrance? It was the time of the Day of the Dead, and some of the artists made altars to remember their family members and their loved ones. I had a piece in that show, and it was a diamond, and it was on wallpaper salvage, and that was to remember my grandfather, who is a diamantaire, was a diamantaire. He was a diamond cutter. The idea of my artwork comes from my tie-dyeing discarded clothing. At the show at the Southwestern Museum, some viewers came up to me and they offered me their linen tablecloths and their linen napkins. And that's what this tablecloth is from. And a month ago there was another show here called the unabstract moment.
Non-objective.
Non-objective moment. And I used the linen napkins in that piece in that show. I sewed them together in a large grid pattern and painted a big princess cut diamond on back. All my paintings are named after gods of fire. Hephaestus, brilliant cut diamond. Hephaestus is the ancient Greek god of fire, blacksmith, metalworking, sculpture, volcanoes. He was a son of Zeus. He lived on Mount Olympus. His Roman counterpart was Vulcan. Spock, on Star Trek, was a Vulcan. Brilliant cut diamond. If you get a diamond in the rough, it's like a teardrop. It absorbs light. It has to be cut in a certain way. In specifics, the best is 58 facets, designed in 1918 by the engineer Tolkowski. 58 facets gives it the most kickback light, and that is called brilliance. And then the rainbows and the prisms that you see in a cut stone is called fire, and the outside surface is called luster. And the cut is one of the 4 C's, the system to determine the quality of a diamond. The cut and the color, how close it comes to white, clarity, if it has inclusions or not, and the weight of the stone is called carat. Any questions?
You're so knowledgeable.
So that shape is actually what type of cut?
This is a brilliant cut.
A brilliant cut. Okay.
And so you incorporate the diamond theme in pretty much all your work, and you're using multiple different mediums?
Yes, all recycled.
Because I've seen you like with big and small and often sculptural, so you're back and forth between sculpture and painting?
Yeah, people give me materials to paint on and to sculpt with. And I have one room, really, it's half of my studio is just collecting these things, and it's just how am I going to save this? How is this going to be upcycled? What gem, what color, or what stone, what color combination is going to make this work? That's what's really fun for me.
Does each one of those angles or triangles represent a cut that the cutter would cut on the diamond?
Not exactly, because I have diagrams, my grandfather's diagrams, which you can look at, and you could draw those, you know, with a computer. But no, this is if you see it with your naked eye. So it's how it reflects the light and kicks back to your eye, which it changes. And when if you move the stone like this, whoa, it completely changes. So maybe someday I did a series of NFTs, and but it was more, I just went from like a light stone to a dark stone, but it didn't capture. I'm kind of interested in capturing a brilliance, you know, conceptually and artistically, how to do that anyway. So it's my attempt, but I'm so ecocentric. The idea of bringing things back to life, that really interests me too. Just part of materials.
The Sikorsky cuts simulate the way diamond cutters use?
Sikorsky is actually a crystal, and it's man-made.
Right, but the way they cut it like a diamond cut.
Yes,
to get that reflective quality.
Yes, if it's brilliant cut, it's 58 facets. There's miner's cut. That was before Sikorsky engineered the 58 facet, and it's called miner's cut because all of the original diamonds are from India, and there's the old mines. And they're also beautiful in their own way, in that they're a little bit more chunky and more graphic.
Did you know your grandfather?
You know, I knew him, but I didn't really remember him working. He did die when he was 58, so we didn't cross over that many years. But his eyesight started to go later in life and became a conductor on the Red Line, which is the car that went from Pasadena to Santa Monica, and it was it's a fuel efficient, the electric red car. See, so the thing, it kind of goes together. Egocentric.
I really like it on the linen background because the diamond comes forward, but then you see the stripes of the linen, and you kind of get a double take on it.
This reminded me of Greece, that's why I used the Greek god for this. It just looked like it to me. I don't know if it is, I don't really know it. It didn't have a label on it, and again, it was donated to me.
Did anybody see her solo show here last year? It was, to pick up on what Teresa was just saying, used a lot of the tablecloths there.
Yeah.
And they were just endlessly revealing and delightful to me. You know, I think that you're really onto something with the tablecloths. I mean, you're projecting very angular, graphic kind of imagery onto something that already has a graphic involved. So it's just, I don't know, it's very subversive, but wonderful.
Yeah, the idea of, you know, I get vintage things. Oh, I remember this year in 1965 with those flowers. That's kind of fun for me too. You know, it brings in that kind of history.
Great.
Yeah, the one it had, I thought this was pretty good. I sewed something together. It was a bed sheet. Okay, no, it was a tablecloth, and then my prom dress, which was an iridescent kind of a pink, and then it was the bed sheet. Is that good? But the problem with that prom dress, it was a satin, and I did the gesso on it, and it flat. It lost all of its iridescence, nothing left. But then I think, oh, the backgrounds, the recycled materials, those are dense and they're opaque. My diamonds on there are gonna make them, you know, come out or have brilliance.
Do you have any of the dress left?
I do.
Yeah, you could,
Oh, okay.
you could learn.
Oh yeah, good. You're right. Well, thank you for coming and listening.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening.